Mike Hoffman may be lucky to fetch a double-double and a box of Timbits in a trade because of the alleged Twitter bullying by his fiancée on Erik Karlsson's wife Melinda. But NHL teams have Ottawa Senators GM Pierre Dorincel on speed dial to make an offer for Karlsson. And yes, the Edmonton Oilers, who as we all know, have two major concerns, a right-shot offensive defenseman to help Connor McDavid and a top-six right-winger, have called after Karlsson said he wants out of Ottawa, even if it seems improbable they could fit him under their salary cap. Likely having to trade Karlsson must be killing Dorian because as chief scout he convinced then GM Brian Murray to move up in round 1 to draft Karlsson at number 15, but Karlsson doesn't want to be in Ottawa any longer. If the Oilers are making their pitch, any talk of a straight-up Leon Draisaitl for Karlsson swap makes no sense from the Ottawa side because owner Eugene Melnyk is operating on the cheap. HE's looking for multiple pieces in a deal, with the Senators in rebuild mode like the New York Rangers. HE's not looking to take back a big one-off contract, especially for a center when HE's already got Matt Duchene at $6 million. Admittedly, it's a long shot that the Oilers could get Karlsson because they can't be paying 4 or 5 guys half their salary cap. Vegas makes more sense because they've got lots of room and especially if they'd give up 2 kids like winger Alex Tuch and defenseman Shea Theodore. But the Oilers could also put together a reasonable package to get the best offensive D-man in the game. HE's exactly what Connor McDavid needs, so it doesn't hurt to ask. Melnyk wants draft picks or one high-end prospect in a team-friendly contract. 3 or 4 pieces at least, with the thought the deal could be expanded or changed if they try to shove winger Bobby Ryan's $7.25 million anchor contract into the mix. If they want Ryan included to dump his money, then they'll get far less for Karlsson. At the trade deadline, Rangers captain Ryan McDonough with JT Miller fetched 2 very good prospects in Brett Howden and Libor Hajek, 2 first-round picks, and center Vlad Namesternov. McDonough is nowhere near as good as Karlsson. Years back, Columbus traded captain Rick Nash in his prime to the Rangers for 2 very good players in Brandon Dubinsky and Artem Anisimov, a prospect Tim Eriksson, and a first-rounder. These things take a long time to get negotiated when you're trading a player like Nash, said Rangers former GM Glenn Sather. I think it's a fair trade for both sides. Sather traded Karlsson's equal Paul Coffey in 1987, of course. Coffey had 2 Norris trophies just like Karlsson. Coffey was 27, Karlsson just turned 28, both were offensive drivers from the back. Sather got 2 young players, Craig Simpson and Chris Joseph, veteran Mo Mantha and slugger Wayne Van Dorp, with Dave Hunter going with Coffey. So what would the Oilers be offering or Ottawa asking? Hypothetically, Ottawa could be looking for Oscar Klefbom or Darnell Nurse because they would need a young defenseman to replace Karlsson, also the Oilers' 10th overall pick in June to go with the Senators' number 4 selection. Maybe the Oilers' 3rd round pick too in 2019. They have their own and Islanders and a prospect. The Oilers have cap concerns like most teams, but Karlsson is special, so you have to make a pitch. The Oilers have McDavid and Draisaitl, making $21 million next on the cap, plus $6 million for Ryan Nugent-Hopkins and another $6 million for Milan Lucic, unless HE's traded. Every team knows they have to sign Karlsson to a new deal before any trade, and $10 million per seems about right. For the Oilers to go after Karlsson, they would likely need $6 million on the cap going out. Klefbom makes $4.1 million. Nurse has to be signed as a restricted free agent, and it might be a 2-year bridge deal for less than $4 million a year. I can't see the Oilers being interested at all if Ottawa wants Kayla Yamamoto as a forward prospect. Email jmatheson@postmedia.com and Twitter @NorbyMatty.